In the case of Ford's long-lost cousin, the lie detector says the answers are inconclusive. Maury, Ancestor.com, we need ya. 9mag, Chicago Inc. up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We are family, hey. I got all my cousins with me, hey.
Go cousin.
Go cousin, go cousin, hey. And sing, hey. What's up, everybody? We are your crew. We are your panel for the Black Ink Crew Chicago Review. I am your girl, Carmelita Simone, and you can find me on Instagram at king_karma_.
And what's up, guys? I'm El Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at El Marie TV.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. And speaking about social media,
come on.
Someone hit us up on Twitter last week.
What happened, girl?
So, the one and only Ryan from 9mag. So he hasn't been here yet, but we've had some people, and we're still hoping that Ryan comes through. But he did tweet us a little bit, and he had to get some things off his mind.
What happened, girl?
So Ryan wanted us to know. So Ryan says he was really sweet and really awesome, and he was responding back and forth with us, and he's pretty awesome. Like, the whole crew has been amazing to us. Yeah. But he says shit ain't gonna be what y'all think, though. Thank you guys for supporting. But pretty much he was telling us, like, everything that you're seeing is not what you think. I have a story as well. And I've been getting, like, people have been blaming me for everything, but wait until my story comes out.
Well, we can't wait because, all we can go on is what we see.
Yeah. Exactly.
We felt a little way in the beginning, but he cleared up his little ego issues. We're proud of him at this point. Everything seems to be going smoothly besides a little tea that got spilled in the bathroom.
Tea, but we
still don't know what happened.
He felt away about
exactly
that
what
as
happened.
well. He said that people who tell secrets, he's like, usually when people have a secret, you don't put it out unless you want someone to hear it.
Right.
So I extended the olive branch to Ryan, so hopefully he can come and tell us his side of the story.
A little birdie told me he might be in LA this week, so let's see.
I know. I saw him on an airplane. I'm like, where you going, Ryan? Turn into a stalker.
We are just, first of all, we're just so excited that you guys, the cast of Black Ink Crew Chicago, that you guys love tuning into our podcast.
Yes.
Like, that makes us so happy about what we do. We're feeling really successful about this season. You guys are doing great this season with entertaining us. So
that's amazing.
We can't wait to get everybody in here that we can, especially you, Ryan, because we want to hear your side of the story. The fans definitely want to hear your side of the story. So, if you're listening, Ryan, if you happen to want to tweet tonight, if you happen to want to jump in the live chat tonight, feel more than free.
Your family. You guys are all
we
family.
Are family. Hey. I don't know about, well, it's inconclusive at this point how much of family really is really popping, but we'll find out.
Yes.
Anyway, is it time?
Yes.
Okay, we have a very, very, very special guest that's Skyping in with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen.
They're calling him. Sorry.
The one and only. They calling. Do.
Yeah. Hopefully he picks up.
Yeah.
Don't leave us hanging. Don't ghost us.
But answer that phone, boy.
Don't ghost us. Because we will come to Chicago.
What's going on? Are you and Ashley having makeup sex right now? We need to know. Are you busy?
Oh.
Maybe not.
But we do have a special
Ladies
guest.
and gentlemen, Don will be joining us. Hey, there he is. Everybody give it up for Don.
Yes. Welcome.
Don, welcome to the AfterBuzz studio-ish. Ish.
Thanks for joining us, Don.
How you feeling?
We're great.
Good.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. Just trying to get my Skype to cooperate. That's all.
You good? You ready to rock and roll?
I'm rocking and rolling. I can hear y'all loud and clear. Can't see everybody, but it's cool.
Okay. Well, we're happy to have you here with us tonight, and we have some questions for you.
We got some questions, brother.
First of all, we want to start off. We want to know more about Don because, okay, every shop has the cool homie who's related to somebody that works at the shop, and they're always there, and they're considered family. But we want to know, who is Don outside of 9mag? Let's just start with that because I've heard some incredible things about you, and I feel like the world should get a chance to hear more about Don the man instead of Don the character on 9mag. So go ahead and tell us a little something.
Well, of course, I'm born and raised out of Chicago. pretty much played basketball here my whole life. Graduated, went away to a HBCU.
Nice.
Played 4 years of basketball. Went along to also gained 2 bachelor's degrees while I was away playing ball.
Come on now, educated black man, and you come on now.
So along that journey, what you saw was in the beginning, especially in the beginning of my VH1 career, my Black Ink Chicago career, you just kind of saw me bouncing back from some adversity. I had made a mistake while in college, and it kind of landed me with a step back. So it's kind of tough. I went ahead, got my degrees, but I found myself in a jam off just one drunken night. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's uncommon, but people make mistakes. So in the beginning of my Black Ink career, you just kind of saw me kind of getting over that depression. So what happened was, I was an individual trying to bounce back. I'm not going to lie to you. I was just caught in a negative space. You kind of spend your whole life putting your family on your shoulders and your world on your shoulder. And it was just an opportunity that I felt like I failed a lot of people around me. So in season 1, you just kind of saw Don Brumfield kind of trying to recover himself. So once I got back here to Chicago, I planted my feet and I went ahead and found a way to put myself on my own platform and kind of found my own concrete, grounding for myself.
Good for you.
So since then, I've come back. I've been a behavior specialist at alternative schools.
Amazing.
So, I kind of took my testimony and the things I've been through as not more so like, why me and why did it happen to me? I just kind of said, why not me?
Exactly.
And I kind of used it in the sense of taking on my lessons, and I've been able to be a blessing in other people's lives through the things I've been through the last 3 to 4 years.
Right.
So, in a nutshell, the Donald that you see on TV is only like 25% of the man I really am in reality.
Exactly.
The things I really do outside of TV, community-based wise, especially in Chicago with the death rate and the violent rate so high, and the jail rate going, Cook County full of our young black males and women here in Chicago. So, I'm that dude that's really out here in the streets and in the city of Chicago trying to, put them under my umbrella, cuff them under my wing, and, really trying to reform my city back to what it used to be.
Come on now, Dawn. Come on now, Bishop. Now listen.
I just want to say though, like Dawn, so we have a live chat. People can watch us on YouTube. So we have some fans in the live chat. And Alexandria Nicole says, Dawn, I love Dawn's change of attitude this season. He's been really working to better himself.
Yes.
So I just wanted to let you know that's what the fans are saying.
Family is a great place to get to rebuild around. So it's absolutely understandable why you chose to. Did we lose him? Well, he's listening.
No, I'm here.
Okay, great. It's absolutely commendable, that you chose to rebuild around your family, your brother who's there to support you, your friends who are there to support you, and you took your struggle and you turned it into something that you could give to the children in Chicago, and not just Chicago, but the youth. Like our youth just everywhere need positive role models, so we commend you for that. And I knew it had to be something else going on because we see that you pick up piercing, but obviously you're successful enough to tell your wife, Ashley, who is now your wife, baby, you can stay at home. I got this. So we've seen you do one piercing, but I knew that there had to be some backstory to that for you to be able to support your family like that. So thank you for sharing that side of yourself with us.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and people always kind of, I know that everybody has their different levels of shade. They can never understand what was going on fully because, again, VH1 only has like an hour to put everybody's life in a nutshell. So if it'd be different if me and Ashley had our own show to give you so much backstory. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I will say on her part, like, she's been a phenomenal support in my life since day one. She's met me, she met me on my, at my lowest and has supported me all the way to my growth.
Okay.
So at this point, like, she's always been that corporate woman. She's always been that, let me get out here and get it. Right. even through the TV show, you know, even me telling her she can stay home and work, she's always thinking of her own hustles. Like that's just how she works. Like,
Nice.
man, we gonna get it together. You know what I mean?
Right.
And,
I love that.
Yeah.
So she's a phenomenal woman, and like you know, as you know, the saying is old as dirt, but you know, behind every strong man is an even stronger woman.
Say
so
that now.
she's
Come on
definitely
now.
been me since day one, especially when you know I was on my climbing my ladder trying to get back on my toes.
Now, our fans will cuss us out, Don.
Wow.
Listen, now we got some vicious fans and they love to know about these episodes. So we have some questions that we want to ask you about leading up to tonight, and then just get your insight on what happened on tonight. So, Don and Ashley.
Ooh.
Child, we done been entertained by y'all. You hear me? Like it's funny. It's funny to see the ups and downs and to see the emotion, right? That's tied in with you and Ashley. And sometimes, we question. We just laugh at the way you guys communicate. But this week,
You guys
we
are doing
got
a
to
whole lot
see.
of body communication.
We got to see. The making up between Ashley and Dawn and what really happens. Is the makeup sex what helps keep the relationship so great? Because we see y'all go through it, honey.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes, you just like to keep a lot of spice in a relationship. So, sometimes Ashley might just cuss me out for the dishes being dirty just to make me get naked. It just happens like that.
Because, honey, you tipped in that bedroom with that bow tie and them strawberries. I said, Dawn is ready for a little something
I just
special.
want to say Ashley is on to something. She's very smart.
She's smart.
She's very smart because if she's going to start arguing to get that makeup sex,
Right.
she's on to something.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all women have that. You all have that. What's that? Like that sixth eye. Like you did the little sixth sense.
Sixth
where
sense.
Intuition.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, well, like I know how to get them. I know how to get them to sing. Like, watch this. And she's known me a little bit of forever at this point, so she know all the little tricks and the ins and outs to get what she want. Put it like that.
Right. So last week, 4 had a show, and at this show, we see that Jen thinks it's a good idea to bring this new friend along and kind of dangle him in front of Van and make him jealous. What happened? Can you tell us how that fight started? Because we saw how it started, but goodness gracious, like it turned into a whole brawl.
Right.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
I can't see y'all. I'm scratching the hell out of my head. You have to see me. To be totally honest, man, it was, to be honest, nobody knew. Even though it didn't air how it was, it was my brother's birthday at the same time.
Okay, wow.
So it was like, for everybody, it was like the whole shop, the whole cast. It was surprising because everybody was there, friends, family. That floor, that building that y'all saw,
Yeah.
had like 2 to 3 floors. So
wow.
the was packed from like top to bottom because it was my brother's birthday celebration at the same time. So, it was funny because I was standing next to Ashley and I see Jen walk in and I see this guy walk in with her. And I'm like, this, I don't think this is going to end well.
That was the wrong place to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like kind of being like over spiteful, like, nah, this was the spot.
Right.
I could have seen if you I wasn't even pulling at the shop, but like, it's supposed to be a coinky dink. Like maybe you walk in the same grocery store, or,
Right.
Like maybe y'all at the same club, like a random club, like not a birthday party or a concert. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember like, as an instinct, and Van being my brother, I just kind of got this automatic protective kind of energy. So eventually I just kind of slide close to make sure Van cool, and I'm keeping an eye on everything. And and me knowing Van, I'm kind of knowing like, all right, this might have been taken too far, and I think anybody's pride would have been touched. Male, female, like if your guy showed up to like your people's party with a new chick, it's like, okay,
You got
Yeah.
somebody get checked.
Right.
You know
Somebody,
what I'm saying?
and so we see them make up, like, well, not make up, but Van is like, okay, I need you to meet up with me because we need to talk somewhere low key.
Yeah, Van definitely came out with his Mary J. Blige look.
Right.
But
Like,
why were they on Lakeshore Drive like that? It's cold in Chicago at nighttime.
Not gonna cry
But
glasses.
see,
Right.
but-
He said the Mary J.
Like,
Blige.
why is this scene happening like that? They met up like some gangsters, like they was about
Yeah,
to
like
exchange
some
the
mob-
bag. Like, what's happening?
Van didn't have no shirt on. He just had a scarf with a trench coat. I was
Jim-
like, man, what's going on,
Jim
man?
was like, you better take them glasses off and look in my
Right?
eye when you talk
Respect.
to me. Do you think
It
that
was-
that she put the pressure on him? Do you think that she, was in the right? Because I tend to agree. Agree with Jen. Like, we've been together for 8 years. Somebody gotta say something at some point. But Nakia told me, nah,
Listen.
No, I
you don't
mean,
pressure a man.
I just think
That's
that
not-
everybody goes through their personal conflict. Like, if like for them to have been together 8 years, there has to been some on and off situations that still has him hesitant. So, I can't speak on everything, but I'm just knowing, like, if everything has been peaches and cream for 8 years, it would have never been no reason for him not to put a ring on her finger.
Right.
And like, you know what I'm saying? So I like to look at it as a perspective, like, he trying to fully mend. I feel like he's fully trying to mend it and find that complete happiness between them before he want to jump that broom. Because I kind of feel like after 8 years, if y'all been like back and forth for so long, you supposed to already have went ahead and did that.
Right. I feel you.
I'm just like thinking back to like the fighting and because that's what I said last week. I was like, yes, they've been together for 8 years, but it's pressure, and I just feel like you can't make someone do something that they don't want to do. Like
Right.
when they're ready, they're going to do, and if you feel like it's been too long, then maybe that's when you need to step away. Then
Yeah.
Right.
To me, I feel like it's a little bit on both sides.
Right.
It's like, okay, I do feel like you have the right to speak up and
Yes.
say, like, well, where is this going? Like, we are of a certain age. We're not like, oh, we've been together for 8 years. Maybe we started dating when we were teenagers and we're still only in our 20s. No, we're of a certain age now.
Right.
So I need to know where this is going.
Right.
But then, Van lashes out and he's like, he wants space. I don't think that was the right way for her to react to the space comment. But like, fine. So that's what you want. That's what I will give you. And then just get ghost on him, and he will be like, well, what's going on? Where is she?
he gonna flag you down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he expressed it. You can see the love in his eyes. Like, girl, I ain't mean it like that. Now,
Right.
I just
He
was like,
definitely love her. Like,
he
Yeah,
does.
he loves her.
I'm never saying not that, but I think like people got to be reminded that for us, like, even though it's been a couple of seasons, like this whole TV life, everything, the pressure, it's like all still fresh. Like every season we get on these cameras, like you're pressured by producers. Sometimes their thoughts are influencing your thoughts,
Right.
and even the people around you and your significant other thoughts, and normal questions that wouldn't come up as a question might come up.
Right.
And kind of like feel that pressure, like, oh man, hold on.
It might not even
Like,
be real drama, but because it got presented, it creates it.
It's like now it's like your life.
Right.
So like we always try to make people conscious of that, like, man, we go through a lot, and like this season's been about 7, maybe 8 months of filming.
Wow.
So
You guys
you
did
think
a lot of
That's
stuff.
intense.
we just really finished filming like June, like end of June, maybe
Damn.
going into July. So
But guess what? You guys' ratings beat out the Real Housewives. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You guys
That's
are
a big franchise
You
to
guys
get
are
out.
big.
Yes,
Yo,
that's a-
congrats.
Thank
This is
you.
big. You can do a lot.
I will say, because you guys are in season 3, and you can tell the difference from season 1.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my God.
you guys have definitely grown. You guys have elevated, and the seasons have. Though sometimes I say you guys stress me out, I get anxiety when I watch y'all. But the season's amazing. Like so many people are now tuning in, and we're getting to know a little bit about you guys' backstories.
Right.
We now see like the Nickys and the Ashleys and the
Right.
Jens. Like we get to meet your significant others, Charmaine's mom. So like the season's definitely
Right.
getting amazing.
And they're
Right.
developing you guys, like your lifestyle and what you're going through, because I like the fact that they don't harp on you, Don, like being that angry person. You still have your moments, but they don't just put you in that box and continue to make you that angry black man.
to be honest with you, I had to wake up and say I won't be that angry black man.
Okay.
And saying like, you got somebody that sits in a suit that collects millions of dollars, and I had to ask, what would he want of me, or what would I want of myself?
Right.
And me, like I said, working in the school system, being a behavior specialist, working with my youth every day, I had to start asking myself, like, the things I preach to them, how can I preach to them and be a hypocrite if I'm not willing to respond in a certain way? Again, like I said, in the beginning, I was just trying to get back on my feet. I was getting over a certain depression.
Right.
And you know, because I kind of felt like I had felt my family when I didn't go overseas and play ball, didn't get to the league, and I made a mistake. You know what I mean? So by the time I had finally got over all that and realized, like, you know, and accepted my mistakes and used it as an empowerment of myself, by the time the cameras came back around, they was like, man, he just don't get mad at nothing.
Good for you.
Do you think being on the show like kind of helped you with that? It helped you see yourself and help you turn things around quicker?
Definitely, because like you just gotta sit at home and get a self-reflection, and then you got fans who probably are worse than you that everybody becomes like a therapist all of a sudden, and you're just like.
I was wondering how much the turn up was like for the cameras if Dawn was really getting mad like that, because it seems like a switch. Even with Ashley, like Ashley seems like she'll go from 0 to 100.
Yeah, because like to be truthful. Even in season 1, these are stories that'll never be told because there's a lot to capture. Like even in season 1, me and Ashley, you know, we were together, but we were suffering like losses in the family. You know, during season 1, my grandmother was in the hospital, and she was passing away during season 1. And season 1 raised me, even when the separation with my parents and my mother got on drugs and different things like that. This woman pretty much raised me. And, you know, during season 1, you want me and Ashley to come to the shop and argue about a girl after we just left the hospital and seeing my grandmother with tubes for a body. And, you know, and I'll never forget this. Like, I remember one scene when it looked like I just went off. I think I punched a brick wall, all this. I was so pissed. I'm like, why are we doing this scene? And remember my grandmother being in the hospital, and she had tubes in her body, but my grandmother loved me so much. She couldn't talk, but my grandma was trying to give me like $50 because I was her baby.
Aww.
Like, you need some money back. Like, she was trying to like talk to me, but she couldn't talk, and she was trying to give me like $50, whether it been for gas or for the kids or whatever. And I remember that, you know, leaving the hospital crying and then going to film, and you want me to argue about some stuff that's so irrelevant to me. So like, yeah, I was snapped because I was going through so many emotional up and downs, and as well as Ashley. And so by the time you got us on camera to have a scene, it's like all of your emotions are coming out at once. So it looks enraged, it looks angry, and it's like, really, I'm not even angry about what I'm arguing about. I'm just hurt. I don't know how to channel my energy at the time because I'm lost.
Well, we're really happy to see the new Dawn because the changes you're making are commendable. We've been applauding you all season long. And throughout this struggle, you found this new hobby, piercing. Right? Now, I just text my girl, Sydney Star, to see if we can get her. Now, y'all are sitting there talking about the fight. Y'all sitting there talking about what happened at Force thing. Charmaine is giving us her weekly juice. She always sprinkles on the episode. And in walks your first client. And it's Sydney Star. Did you know her story?
No, because her and Ashley are actually friends. Which they didn't show in the episode. Like instantly when I like to address him, her, she, or you know, I'm trying to be correct for.
For anyone who doesn't know, she's Sydney Star is a transgender superstar in the transgender world.
So she walks in, and to be honest, I didn't know she was my first client. Let's clear that up. VH1 got me. So, me being the person that I am, like, I'm not insecure of my sexuality at all. But I'm also not like, you know, I'm not homophobic. I'm not against your choices in life. So I wanted to respect her just like any other client, and I wanted her to feel comfortable and to understand that 9 Mag doesn't judge anybody, race, color, sexuality, none of that. You know, at any day, you come with your money, we're going to respect you and get it done.
Applaud.
So I wanted her to have a pleasant experience while at 9 Mag.
Awesome.
What they didn't show in the episode is I instantly FaceTime my wife. Your homegirl in here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's like, all right, man, I don't want this to be no surprise. Look who here.
Were you nervous to pierce her? Like, to actually go ahead and skin this time? It's a real person. It's a real belly. You got to shove this needle through her belly.
You know, I had been practicing. It just this was my first one on camera.
Okay.
So it was definitely nervous because you got a camera watching you. Like, I can't mess up on camera.
I gagged when she was like, I want my penis pierced. I was like,
well, Dawn's
your face too, right?
You saw my face. I was
your
just
face
like,
what?
nah, bro.
This ain't really gonna happen, you know.
Like, I'm sorry, Miss Bruh. Miss Bruh.
Camera, nothing gonna happen there. My bad.
No, that was dope. I love that, and I love that you say that, like, because you're a grown man, and that's what real grown men say. And I will say, like, this season, through everything that's been going on throughout the drama, you've kind of been the neutral one with everyone. Yeah. How has it been for you while everybody was filming and Ryan was going through his things with everybody at the shop? You've kind of just been neutral. So how was that for you?
I guess, like, to be honest with you, like, for me, it's been a breeze, number one. I'm just trying to say in the sense of, like, for me, I've been more so like the mentor, like, because, like, to be honest with you, season 1, season 2 has always been Don messing up drama with him and Ashley. So, like, to be honest, I've been that voice, like, that conscious, like, hey, bro, if it was me, this what I would do.
Exactly.
If it was me, this what I would go do for my lady, or this what I would say. You know, like, so that's kind of where I've been playing, like, not more so neutral. I really just been keeping it 100 with everybody. Like, man, if you go this route, this how you gonna look to your fans. If you go this route, this how you gonna look to your fans. Make your choice. Right. I'm just trying to tell you so you don't go down the bad route, because I've kind of taken, like, both roles when it comes to the fans and the following. So I just more so just been there to be, like, kind of like big brother mentor to everybody.
Good.
Even Ryan.
Voice of reason now.
You've been doing amazing.
Yes. Speaking of family drama, there's this real sketchy half cousin on your uncle's third side.
On Ford's father's side.
Yeah,
on Ford's father's side.
Yeah.
That's looking hella sketchy.
Hella shit. I know everything is taped and everything's edited, so we don't really get a chance to, like, hear Janelle's side of the story. Yeah. What I love, like,
Janelle's actually a really, really good person.
Okay. She doesn't seem like a bad person, but the way she's presented, it's like sketchy / creepy.
Can you tell us yet? Like, is she officially his cousin?
Did y'all call Maury? What happened?
It kind of all airs out, you know, a bit. I don't know how to edit episodes. Okay. Honestly, like, I can't say what's gonna get aired and what's not.
Right.
Me and Ford actually did get to the bottom of the situation.
Okay.
And she wasn't lying about her story.
Okay.
So, like, can you hear me?
We got a little.
It's going in and out a little bit.
Hello? Okay, we're gonna
let you work on that.
Yeah, we're gonna let you work on that for a second, and we're gonna get a little into the episode for a second while we clear up this communication issue that we're having. Back to the episode. So, how did you guys feel? Should we save this for the end, since it's the shaboom boom drama?
No, because
we'll just go into it.
Just go right.
Okay, so first of all, when they show up, so Ford and Dawn just like, okay, this is cool.
Right.
Janelle reaches out, she invites us over. I get to meet her mom. I get to ask questions about my dad. This is a wound, and these are curiosities that I've always had. And they get there, she pulls out this. Maybe if you might want to hang up and call back, you might get a better connection.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
It's like in and out.
Yeah.
It's in and out.
Yeah, if you can, hang up and call back if you can.
Okay.
Well, he's gonna hang up, or we should call him back.
Okay. So in the meantime, should we save that till he gets back?
Well, since they're down, let me do.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Since we're waiting for Dawn to come back, let me just do a little promo, a little reading. I'm gonna just take a few minutes. As always, we want to thank you guys so much for your support, and we actually have some exciting news about AfterBuzz. Whether you're a new listener or a longtime AfterBuzz fan, you know that we're the world's #1 destination for TV coverage. Well, starting next month, we'll be expanding our content beyond just after shows to bring a whole slate of new content, format, and guests. Our after shows aren't going anywhere. They're not going nowhere, guys.
We ain't going nowhere.
They're simply evolving. Most of the shows you love only play for part of the year. But during the rest of the year, the shows have news constantly breaking that you want to talk about. So we love Black Ink Chicago.
Yes.
Well, guess what? There's going to be a Black Ink news show, a VH1 news show. Just like as ESPN TV Talk. We know it's our job to cover it.
Yes.
We'll have in-depth sorry, y'all. I can read it. Just,
Come on with the cold read, baby. You killing it. Come on now.
We'll have in-depth coverage for comedy, drama, animated, truly anything you can imagine. Nothing is off limits. And if you guys have any suggestions, make sure you hit up AfterBuzz and let them know what it is that you actually want to hear or see. And given our no limits approach to TV coverage, we realize that sometimes it's hard to find the shows you love. and we listened. We're restructuring the website, shows, and our platforms to make it easier to find what you're looking for. So make sure you guys tune in. We're going to be doing some new things for the fall. AfterBuzz is still the same, but we want to make sure that you guys are heard and your voice is heard. Yeah. And if you guys have any suggestion about new shows and new content, make sure you hit up AfterBuzz TV on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
Come on.
To our SoundCloud.
Y'all, Kiki Boom Boom is made for this. Y'all hear me?
I love you guys.
Kiki Boom Boom is made for this. Come on, Nakia.
I love you guys. Just thought every time we try to, not do anything.
All right, I want to wait to talk about that situation till Ford gets back. But let's talk about this Lily situation.
Ooh, Lily and
So Lily said that her cousins was like, girl, you getting in too late, too drunk, too turned up. We're not here for it. First of all, Lily's a grown-ass woman.
That's the thing.
But she did mention that they have kids, so I can kind of
Right.
understand
That's
that.
respectable.
So if you're probably waking the kids up, or if they see that and you're stumbling in, like, oh, well, what's cousin?
Right.
They have questions. They're probably young.
Exactly.
So, and their kids are so curious. So I can kind of understand that. Like, girl, don't be coming in here
making all this noise and you lit.
Right.
Like, if you're coming in, go straight to your room and be lit in there.
Right.
And after seeing the scenes from what I've seen, I'm like, oh, I can understand why her family's upset.
Right.
Because I feel like there's no boundaries.
Okay.
And you can't do that in someone else's home.
Right.
True
this
that.
is not your home, you're a guest.
That's true.
You're free to do as you please, but you can't be. We got babies.
So
Right.
our girl Cobra said, hey, I just broke up with my man or whatever. And I got some extra rooms at the house.
She do.
Right.
Oh, hey, Don.
Hey,
Oh, he's
Lily.
back.
Okay, so Dawn's back. So we in here kikiing about Lily and Cobra, and Cobra inviting Lily to move into the house.
Sliving.
I felt like Cobra knew what she was doing from the jump. I was like, oh,
Yes,
she's
she did.
flirting.
Yeah.
She plotted that, and
So
I'm proud of her. Cobra, I'm proud of you. Ashley, you're very smart for makeup sex, and Cobra, you're very smart for having Lily be your roommate because you knew that she was into girls. She knew it.
But she smashed the homie already.
So
You gonna take sloppy seconds from after
they're
Junior?
girls.
Clearly, because she was like, oh, so are you guys exclusive?
Right.
Like,
And so
But Lily was kind of throwing the flirting back.
she was like, hey girl, I'm bi too. What's
Like
good?
Lily knows what's up, and so does Cobra. And that's the thing about women. Like women, were no shade, Don, no shade to guys. Women were just a little bit, smarter. So we give off those vibes like, hey.
Right.
Lily knows what's good. That's why she's like, maybe I can paint you and then your thighs. I'm
right,
like, okay.
right.
But when she said Titanic, I totally forgot about the painting scene. I was like, did she just compare Cobra to the Titanic ship? Like, that's some bullshit. That's hilarious. She ain't that tall and big. Damn. You gonna call a girl the Titanic? Then I was like, oh, she's talking about
Cobra
when Jack
threw her ass
painted.
off that damn balcony
Right.
if that's what she
If
was
that's
trying
what
to
she
come
meant.
for.
Well, it might happen next week because it looked like she was not happy about her and Junior getting that nookie popping.
That's the thing. They weren't doing it in her room. You're
Right.
in my living space.
Right.
Yes.
In my living room / kitchen.
Yeah.
And I want you.
That's not even because I want you. That's not your house.
I just
Oh, get the look who it is, y'all.
Just gonna pop
I'm gonna
in
go and
like
slide on over because we have
feel
a
like we should've get off
surprise
camera.
guest. Ryan, ladies and gentlemen,
How you doing?
just walked in.
Val. Don, can you hear us?
Val, you say what's something up your sleeve. What's up, Ryan?
Thank you, Steven.
So Ryan, Don is here
Up there.
on the Skype.
But he can't see us though.
He can't
But
see us.
we can talk. We can hear him.
What up, bro? Put your headphones on to hear him.
Oh, we
What's
can't.
up?
We can't hear him right now.
Okay.
We'll have him back and up in a minute.
Well.
Look at the
Oh,
cat
wait,
drug
so wait,
in.
look, y'all know I set this up, right?
So what up?
Come in here surprising y'all.
That was
You-
an amazing
Listen,
surprise.
I was like, I just saw he was at the airport, so I'm gonna turn into a stalker. Like, Ryan, where are you?
That was me that you were talking to on Twitter. So I was like, you can always.
No, I
just
remember that was
come.
last week.
That was
I'm
last
talking
week.
about
Yeah.
Because I heard what y'all said last week. You know?
Yeah,
That's
we've been
right.
saying a lot.
I've been hearing about what y'all been saying.
That's right.
We've been saying a lot, and we could not wait till you get here because listen, it's a lot. We got a lot of questions for you.
That's cool.
Okay.
I just, when y'all speaking on me and I ain't here,
Right.
and then the level of assumption with reality TV is crazy. So,
Yeah, you're right.
especially you said something.
Yeah,
last week
I say it, 'cause see,
very,
look,
very,
I
very
have-
offended about.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get
I don't
into it because
sensitive
listen, I
like
don't
that
get
either,
scared.
bro.
I don't get
I
sensitive
know.
either. Listen, I got brothers
I was
on
like, I
brothers.
was like, ooh,
I got brothers on brothers, baby. So
But
let's
you know
get
what
to
it is?
it.
Like
You know
that.
what it is? Like in our defense, like we only could talk about from what we see.
Yeah.
And I get it, you know what I
Right.
mean? And I can only talk about so much too, but it's like, man, what's
Right.
obvious? Like, what's obvious? Come on, man. Y'all got two eyes.
We like the cousins. you know, we like your cousin that we watching.
Right.
And we like, no, big cuz, no, you know.
And
so,
ain't gonna lie, we gonna go keep the mess going. That's what people are watching.
We're not keeping the mess going. We're trying to interpret the mess because the mess is being
Y'all like my hat?
presented.
we did Trump.
You like my hat?
Wait, what did I say?
Trump for
Oh,
prison.
yes, Trump
We
for
do
prison.
like your
I
hat.
need a picture of that.
I done
The
been to
energy just got way turned up. I'm ready for this.
With this hat, people looking at me.
I know
think
they
I'm
were
a
like,
Trump
wait a
supporter.
minute, wait a
It
minute.
says Trump for prison.
We have
you
Don
know,
back?
So,
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
we got
y'all
Don back.
Y'all got
Don,
me
what
back.
up, Keller? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I hear you, Miguel. How you feeling, baby?
There's no more Miguel, brother. Sorry.
Nice. We like this
Now
haircut.
you got the upside down Miguel now,
Now, okay.
sir.
While we have you here, before we run out of time, let's just make this a special since we got Ryan in the building.
Are y'all about to run out of time?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I said y'all about to run out of time. I'm sorry.
No, we're not gonna run out of time. I think we can. I think we're good.
Nobody after us.
Yeah, AfterBuzz will be just fine. We got Ryan in the building. Now, Ryan, we have had a lot of questions about the significance of the non-mag family. And every time we get a guest on, we want to find out what is the real story about how you guys got together, because the way it's coming to us
I've been
as
hearing
viewers,
this has been coming.
it's looking as if, okay, in the beginning it was like, okay, this is clearly Ryan's thing, season one. This is Ryan's thing, this is Ryan's shop. He started this in lieu of, the loss of your sister, rest in peace to her. You came up with this beautiful idea to start this shop. But as the season progresses and the different seasons progress, there seems to be a clash and a conflict of interest with who actually owns non-mag.
All right, so what have y'all heard? What makes y'all think that I don't own or I don't this and I don't? I want to know what y'all have heard.
So
That way I can count
right.
it. And,
So
Okay.
when the season started, we've all had different opinions. We will debate and we will go because that's what it is. We have
Yes.
different opinions. I've always said, from what I've seen, this is the third season. This is Ryan's shop. I said what I think what happened was Ryan and his friends got together. They had an idea. Ryan went to get the business part of it
Wrong.
started. Wrong.
Go ahead, though.
Okay. I'm like, damn, you want me to finish this?
I'm
okay,
calling it as it is.
I said, you got the business part of it, you got the LLC, and this is now your shop. I feel like because these are your friends, at the beginning, an authority thing wasn't set where you were like, I'm the boss,
True.
y'all my people, and because you guys came in as buddies, they didn't respect the authority. So I think that's why third season in, it's like, yo, bro, what's good?
Because we see Van challenging it, we see Charmaine challenging it, we see Danielle speaking to you in a disrespectful way that you would not speak to your boss. And we all were like, what the hell is really going on?
So I looked at it as like, your
So-
friends were like, we
they're not
friends.
We did-
respecting the level.
And we
That's
didn't
what
know
it
if it was a camera thing. Like, is Ryan turning up because the cameras are getting him turned up?
Hey,
is
Don,
he
you listening to
feeling?
this, bro?
Where is he feeling?
Yeah, I'm here.
Is he
I'm here.
feeling? No, the real question was.
And you know how I'm finna, you know
But
what I'm saying?
I just told Don he's been neutral throughout
I'm a,
the whole situation.
and I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it legally funky
I
too.
went all the way
Okay.
up.
But you know,
Because we wanted to know, but the way it was being
I'm gonna keep
interpreted
it
to us.
legally safe and still give you. The
When
real
we
way
asked
to that.
Kat-
I can give you
But
20.
listen,
Go ahead, say
when
what
we
you just
asked
said.
Kat and when we asked Van, they seemed to think that you guys were roommates, that you indeed do own the name Non-Mag, but that you guys came together collectively. The rent gets paid to the landlord, but that Non-Mag, the name, is yours.
All right, let me give you a quick little
Yes,
rundown on
break it
something
down.
like that. All right, so they added in, reality TV goes is you see certain part and then it speeds up. This happened here, like y'all see, like it looked like Lily and Junior went on one date and then now they in love. You know what I mean? They were kicking it for a while before, but you don't see that part. So my sister passed in 2009. I started tattooing in 2009. I didn't open Nine Mag until 2013.
Okay.
So I had been tattooing from that already, but you only see it look like, oh, I started it right because of my sister. That was just the most prominent story. That made sense because it was in lieu. I started tattooing because of that, but it made more sense that I opened the shop because of that. The building that we're in a building that's called an artist loft. I had been in that building for the last 7 years. Me and the owner, a guy named Joey, we've been good friends through that. I had a space, I had a personal space upstairs on the 5th floor, had another personal space on the 3rd floor. Van had came, him and D, the guy that taught him how to tattoo, they came and moved in on the 3rd floor, and they ended up something happened, and then they had to leave. It wasn't Van's fault. Somebody came and messed it up on Van's name, and he had to leave. Van went back to tattooing.
So
at his
Van
crib.
had to leave.
Van and D had to leave the first time. You know what I mean? But it wasn't nothing on Van. It was just like, man, it just happened to be the perfect storm where somebody messed something up somebody messed up something at your business. You know what I mean? You got to deal with it.
Okay.
So that's what that was. From that, me and the owner, we had an idea like, okay, well, I want to go and do something different. Like, man, we got all this space in this building. let's build this shop. You know what I mean? This is just me and the owner. And I had always been in talks with Van and Ford because we was all on different sides of the city. Like, man, let's build a shop. You know what I mean? We should come together and do stuff because we had always been seen as like, don't go to Ryan, go to Van. Don't go to Van, go to Ford. Don't go to this. You know, it's like, man, that's how Chicago is. Like, it's a hating city, and the city hates itself, and they would want to push people against each other, not knowing that we was cool and we kicked it. Me and Ford went to high school, and I knew Van from over out south. So, you know, it was like, man, we don't even hate each other like that, and people think that. So if we came together and did something dope, you know what I mean, it'll kill all of that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who you saying don't go to, we all in one spot. So what can you say then?
Right.
That's the positive part about it.
Okay.
From that, it's like if you came to Chicago at that point, yeah, we were all tattooing, but I had one of the most prominent names when it came to tattooing. If you was at the radio stations, if you came to anybody who was a celebrity, stuff like that, and they would mention tattooing, they would mention my name more so than anybody else's. Not saying just nobody wasn't there.
Cat did say you were the biggest thing in Chicago at the time when it comes to tattooing.
Yeah, so what that was is like from that, it's like, okay, I had the opportunity to build this shop with the owner. We built the shop. He wanted to have a partnership. I'm like, no, let's not have a partnership. So he like, okay, well, put what artists you want to go in here. And he wanted me to go and put some whole other artists in there. I'm like, no, I don't want to put these other artists in there. I want to put these artists in here. I want to put Van in here. I want to put Ford in there. And think about it, at this time back, and I only mentioned about Van being there before because Van had been in the building before. And when I had mentioned to the owner, like, no, I don't want to deal with all these other artists. I want to work with people that I know. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in no full business shit back then. I just wanted to be working with people who I was comfortable with. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna bring Van in. And at that point, he was like, no, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, Van got kicked. I'm like, no, you know Van a good dude. And he like, yeah, well, Van do pay his rent on time. So, okay, cool. You know what I mean? I told him like about 4 because the initial idea was to bring people in. If you got a tattoo shop and you have the shop and you bring artists in, they initially pay you 50% of anything they make.
Right, so do they pay you?
No.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. So from that, it was like, no, man, I just want to work with these people that I want to work with. So from that, I was always presenting the idea of, yeah, we were going to having meetings and shit. Excuse my language, you know what I'm saying? And then we were saying like, man, we should do something. I'm the one that had the biggest opportunity to have something because I had already had this shop being built. So I had this shop being built, and the owner thought that I was gonna have other artists in there, but I didn't. I'm like, no, I want to pick these artists. He like, all right, cool, do what you're gonna do. From that, when I presented it to them, it's like, hey, check this out. If I got the biggest wave right now in the city, man, ride this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because they want us to be hating on each other. They want us to not vibe with each other. People would love for us to not rock. And if we do that, it's going to be something crazy. This whole thing, this 9-Mac thing that I got into my mind, if we come together, it's going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knew what it was going to be like. We just like, man, I guarantee it's going to be crazy. Now, at that point, it was like, okay, well, yeah, Ryan was building a shop already with the owner. Ryan already had the business leases and everything and the LLCs and all that stuff a year before I had even started building the shop. I got the paperwork for all that for what motherfuckers talking about. On top of that, and it's like, okay, yes, I had it built and I would bring y'all in. Now, from that, it was like, it was a ego thing that I set aside. Meaning that I brought, and I put that on the table for people to be like, man, let's just do it. Now, think about when I present that to people, you got to think, Van in his mind, he's a self-made boss. Ford in his mind, he's a self-made boss. So when it's like, hey, man, let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? Let's have this shop. Let's do this stuff. Like, it's like, all right, but we ain't working for you or nothing, no.
Okay.
And it's like, you know what? At that point, I could be like, hey, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Right. I go back to do handling regular. But I'm like, no, okay, well, yeah, no, we ain't got to work together, but let's make this team. So let's make this team. And it's like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And another level of it was like, all right, well, look, let's go check out the shop. It's already being built. You know what I mean? We're doing this and shit like that. And then I showed it to people. I showed it to everybody. Like, man, this is a shop and shit like that. And then the first rebuttal I got back was, well, why your office bigger than mine?
Okay.
Now, at that level, it's like, damn, I could be like, you know what, fuck it. Go back home, you know, do whatever. But it's like, no, fuck it, man. You know what? We can switch out. You can have this office 1 month. I had this office 1 month. Let's do this because, like, man, we built the team gonna be strong. Fuck the office. Okay, cool. But on top of that, but we ain't working for you, though.
Okay.
And it's like, all right, y'all ain't even got to work for me. I make enough money for myself. I want y'all, the way I believe in y'all is that Van left the building and he went back to work in his house. We all started working from my houses. We could make whatever. I was tattooing endless celebrities from my houses. It wasn't that. It was the fact of knowing business. People gonna only respect so much about you working at your house.
Right.
And I knew how good Ford and Van was. And I'm like, man, bro, y'all the shit. And y'all could be getting paid more for what you are and what you worth if you work in a reputable shop. People gonna have to respect that.
So this is definitely a team effort, and you are the coach.
Yeah, but you can't even tell some people to walk a foot in front of you.
And it's hard for them to swallow it that you
But
are
if
the,
you- but
because
like
of
this, it's
external
like this,
egos.
like what I owned on the show, and what they don't show a lot of is like, man, look, I know I was wrong by saying, yeah, I own the business, but fuck it, man, everybody do what they want to do because the ultimate goal was let's be a family. I always told them, and they always knew, like, man, I'm not working with nobody else. We all work solo. We all work by ourselves, and then moving forward in business, no matter how big we got, I never want to work with no other artists. I don't want to work with y'all forever. Y'all my family. That's what this tattoo is about. It's like, man, I'm gonna just rock with y'all forever. But going through that, it was underlying shit that was being overlooked, and that was my fault for overlooking shit like that. Like, Kat was the only one who had ever worked at a real shop. Kat was the only one who worked at a real shop, so she know how to be clean. Right. She know how to be sanitary. So when she got into it with Cobra last year and all that shit, because she know how to be sanitary. But before that, me, Four, and Van, we taught ourselves how to clean. So if our shit dirty, Kat was coming and saying, hey, man, this shit dirty, clean this shit up. But if you're dealing with a self-made boss, they like, who the fuck are you talking to? You know what I mean? So that's
There's a lot of egos at play.
So what I'm saying is, so they rebuttal back to Kat, like, man, clean this shit up. Y'all got to break your stations down. And, like, when you don't know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, like, so when Kat was saying that, I'm like, all right, cool, I get it. You right. But then they would have some pushback. You know what I'm saying? I remember Four and Kat having some pushback, like, man, how you going to tell me what to do? You an artist too and shit like that. But that's just that boss shit.
Now,
you know
speaking of that pushback, can you explain to us what happened with the non-mag tour and the T-shirts? Because it's a couple stories going around, and I want you to confirm for us.
We all had our different.
What is going on?
Y'all never really got what was going on with that.
Like, I heard some
I don't
stuff.
even know if that can be disclosed.
Right, I heard some stuff off camera that I chose not to say. But since you're here,
What you hear?
I'm not saying it because I don't know if it can be said.
Oh, well, shit, I ain't
but
gonna
but
say it,
since
man.
you're here, I'm not gonna put words in your mouth
I know
because
the
I have
deal,
enough
man.
opinion
Don,
about
you
this
plead the
show.
fifth.
And what we like to do with our show
But Don,
is
hold on, wait. Let him be a grown ass man. Don, am I lying about anything I'm saying right now?
Dawn.
On my
Don
kids.
was
No, I
like-
mean, like,
Okay, there you go.
ultimately, like, you know what I mean? Like, how it all came together, like how Ryan put it out there. Nobody never said, you know, Ryan didn't pull it together and, you know, can create the vision. What Ryan is saying is ultimately true, because like, when I came home, it was a team, it was a complete team, and that's what it felt like. It felt like a family in that building, and that was part of the reason why I was so motivated to even be in that building, and Ryan knows that. Nobody kind of bossed over one or the other. Everybody was in there hustling from crack of dawn. Like, some nights we were sleeping there as a team.
Right.
So everything felt like family grind, family grind.
And with
You know
every
what I'm saying?
team, there generally is a leader. Like, there's nothing
but even
to.
still, like, even like I said, I ain't like, put it like this. I ain't got no brothers. You know what I mean? When it came up, even with street stuff, it's like, man, I migrate towards men as friends, especially if, you know what I'm saying, because I ain't had no brothers like that. So, like, if you my friend and we like that, I'm gonna ride with you all the way as my brother. In that same sense, I don't care if I started the LLC, paid the taxes, paid the dues, paid the titles for it, paid the insurance for it, everything about that. None of that. I'm not the type of person who would run it as a business and be like, hey, man, y'all know I pay all this, so, man, who gonna do this, who gonna do that? I would never throw that in their face.
But
That was my
that's
whole-
kind of what happened, though.
But no.
The
That's
difference
my whole
is this,
thing was
though.
I
You have
never
to
would
realize,
throw that
like-
in their face.
Okay.
I would never throw that in their
The
faces
difference
because
is, like, a real individual that wants to see people succeed. It's not about being a leader over somebody. It's teaching somebody else how to be a leader.
Yeah,
so what
you
you
got-
do is you train the individuals to be their own bosses, to eventually go off and do their own thing.
And that's
lead
And
off
that
that's
the
takes
not
a
bad.
certain
That's
amount of
what they
humility,
felt.
though, to receive those lessons.
But even still, that's not even bad. You know what I mean? You see a difference. You see a picture. You check it out on Instagram or something like that. You see it, two levels of a group of people. You got some group of people pulling a big block, and then on top of it, it's a person saying, go that way. That's a boss. And then you got these same people pulling that block, and then you got a person in front of that pulling in front of them, and that's a leader.
Right.
So as opposed to telling y'all, do this, I'm shutting my mouth. Forget if I started this. Forget if I did that, man. Let's do this.
And
I
I
don't
think
need no money from you.
Right.
I don't need more sweat off your back by getting money from you and nothing like that. No, let's do this because the ultimate end goal was, you know what, man, we're going to be something great.
Right.
We're going to
Now-
be something greater than what this was.
We pride ourselves, like, we watch the show, right? It's just like anybody else sitting at home in their living room. We watch the show and we give our opinions on the characters. But what we pride ourselves as a panel on doing is allowing you guys to come up here and
tell your
say who
stories.
you are without beating you up, without just being viewers. Because that's what we are when we do the review. We're viewers. We're not attacking. I don't really dislike you, Ryan.
Yeah,
That's not. But
listen,
I
man.
thought you was tripping. I thought your ass was tripping sometimes. I ain't gonna
Well,
front.
listen, well, like,
But I
what
want to
said-
get back to the T-shirt shit
Let's do it.
because
Like I said, if you...
I wanna
if
hear
you
your
use
side.
If you use your own two eyes, people love to be like, oh, I want to do you got your two eyes. You ain't even believe your own two eyes. You seeing it and watching it. But you know what I mean? Like I said, it is TV and it is this. I mean, you're not even believing your own two eyes about what you're seeing. You allowing what somebody in a secret room in New York who's editing something down let you believe or make something up and then make you believe that when you can actually see through some of that. You know what I mean? So y'all can sit here and joke all day long about our love and hip hop is fake and this, but it's just entertaining. But then when it comes to something about us, yeah, because we real, and then when certain things come up, oh, it just got to be true. Like, no, man, put that to it too. You know, understand that it's TV at that point.
Yeah, we had both sides.
Yeah, because sometimes you feel like, oh, it's real, it's real.
It probably feel like that to you too, because it's personal. Like, Dan, they talking about me.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we talking about Ryan, the TV character.
We gonna get to that. I'm talking about something that you said. We gonna get to that.
But I will say,
Daddy, come on, ready.
For the panel, like we will sit here and debate.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all have different opinions. Like we will go back and forth and be like, no, they was wrong, or no, they should not do this, or no, Ryan, and that's what I love about this panel, because we don't always agree with everything. And sometimes she may say something, I'll be like, no, you crazy. Or sometimes she may say something. So
all y'all got on some form of yellow. I got a white tee. I just got off the plane like an hour
you know,
ago.
they trying to tell us to keep it bright. You know,
I know, but I got a white tee on. I know it
today.
don't mix with the back. You know what I'm saying?
No, they trying to tell us to keep it
This is
bright.
my work clothes. I was working in Chicago earlier, so.
Should have just been born brown skin.
Yeah, you know, listen, I got a tan. I'm gonna put on some stilts, and I grew a beard. What you talking about,
No, but
bro?
I used to always say, I'm like, I think Ryan has great intentions. I said, I think his mistake was at the beginning, instead of him saying, yo.
Exactly.
But now that you've explained it, I get why you didn't
nothing's
do
wrong
that.
about me owning that and then changing things around to better the business.
And which I
because
love.
So if things are going wrong, meaning that if I can see my faults. A lot of people go into things, and this is everything, relationship, business, everything. People go into things and want to do things their way. And if you have not ever stepped back, I don't care if it's an argument with your girl, if you haven't stepped back to see what is this person talking about, because maybe I might be wrong. And maybe I might be wrong, and maybe what I did is wrong, and let me try to get my faults out and then understand what you're saying, what my faults might be, and then I might understand what you're talking about. People hit me all day long like, why you replying to the negative comments on Instagram? Because at one point, what I'm about is about uplifting the people and making somebody understand. So if somebody feels a different way from what I'm talking about and it's negative, then I'm going to express my way. I'm going to try to understand your way first and then express my way and then see if you can even hear what I'm talking about. And some people can't hear that. But at some level, somebody might hear that and they be like, Dad, you know what? I didn't even see it like that. You're right. You know what I mean? And if I have an opportunity to try to get you to see something in my way from after me already analyzing what your way is, because I might analyze your way and be like, man, I am kind of wrong. You're right. You know what I mean?
And that's the nature of a good debate.
Don't want to do that.
That's the nature of a good
Once they
debate.
get back into a wall, it's just, you can't say it. Like, no,
And
you
that's
know,
a
I wanna
real
understand
person,
it,
someone
you know
that
what I
can
mean?
see it from both sides.
In business, if what I'm owning is that, you know what? I ran this too much like a friendship. I should have said in the beginning when you said how big is my office, go home. You know what I mean? Business-wise. But no, I was trying to run that as a friendship. When they said like, oh, well, I ain't working for you. Like, no, you know what? It's supposed to be this much.
But we witnessed the change in you, because I think in the beginning, you kind of got in over your head with your friends and the ego, everybody's, because Van even admitted he felt like that the cameras were turning everybody up, and himself included.
I mean,
but he said,
the cameras definitely, we're going to say everybody, but the cameras definitely changed people when they went from the cameras.
Right.
Like,
but listen, but we saw, right.
That's a start.
Say that one more time.
I said the fact is, when them cameras come around, it's a lot of people that switch up who they are.
Right.
For real.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people turn into tough guy, Tony Montana.
But
when the cameras come around, they know it's 6 security guards standing right next to the camera.
And that's what I'm saying. So like from that
we
level,
saw the evolution though. Like we saw you kind of getting over your head with the friends and everything going on, and you trying to it was almost like you bossed up, and at some point you realized I'm a team leader. Let me approach my family in a different way, and the way I'm going to communicate with them is going to be much more effective. And we applauded you because we're like, damn, okay, that's how you be. That's how to be a leader.
Like that's one thing we did
but you
all
also
agree on was the
understand everybody's not gonna
communication.
receive it like that.
That's also
But
true.
see, but any person that runs
Look, go back to not even me. Go back to
Got you.
Go back to Kat being the only person who knew how to be sanitary. When she tells somebody, hey, you gotta clean this up a little bit more, and if somebody bite back to say, no, I ain't gotta be that clean, it's a sanitary business.
Right.
So what are you saying? You saying my ego is worth more than what the client's safety is? You know what I mean? So yeah, that ego would cross a lot of it. But like
Now let's you have something on your chest. Like before we have to wrap, you got something on your chest that you need to clarify, and I need you to say it.
And it's a lot more that's gonna clarify that you're gonna see and you're gonna watch.
Come on now.
It'll clarify itself. But I heard you say, and this is from your level of assumption and your level of perception for what you have perceived from what was seen, that from what she said, was that, oh, Ryan expressed his feelings and Ryan did this and then Ryan did that. And then from that, with her being gone from the show right now.
I heard a lot of this and that.
Yeah, I'm saying. I ain't got to speak no names, you know what I'm saying? People know exactly what this is. From that,
Talking about Kat?
I'm talking.
Okay, come on.
I'm not
Go
cutting
ahead.
you. I'm just saying. I'm just talking.
Go ahead.
You can take it as you need. From that, you said directly, okay, so it looks as if Ryan said this and he expressed these feelings. He got turned down, and then it blew her, and so she left. What?
That's what I said
How,
that.
how does that even look like
Okay.
that?
Nah. That
How
needs
does
to add up to Don.
It don't even add up, bro. Like that's 1 + 4 = 2.
Because I'm
How?
speculating that somebody watching the show. I'm like, damn. So wait a minute. He was
Put it
broke
like
out
this,
with
though.
Rachel. Hold up.
Wait,
He
put
was
it like
broke
this,
out
though.
with
The
Rachel.
people that speak first, they trying to let you know something before whatever hits the fan. They speaking on it first, cause now y'all been looking like why ain't
Well,
nobody
we
talking
don't
about
know.
it? Why
Cat-
Ryan-
Cat-
Yeah,
Cat-
but look what y'all saying. Y'all like why Ryan ain't talking about it? Why ain't nobody saying nothing about this? But the people that speak first on it, they trying to
Listen.
let you know beforehand, before you get to know it, whatever.
Yeah.
Hear me first.
We asked Kat, like, Kat girl, what the hell did you do? What happened in the bathroom? Kat's like, I can't spill too much tea, but you'll find out. So we're left, then we see you. We see them ask you at the shop, like, what the hell happened? And you had this look on your face, like, why you gonna ask me about that shit? You know, my girl finna be watching the shit.
No. That
like,
wasn't,
that's
that
a
wasn't the look.
secret.
The look was that like she asked, did y'all smash?
Right.
And physically, it was like, no, there wasn't. We could
So-
have. And now, understand this. As a man, you know what I mean, and me having a girl, it ain't about physically doing nothing like that. When you do something that ain't even, you know what I mean, allotted for around your girl, you know what I mean, you cheat the relationship. You're not even cheating on them. I didn't have to physically put my dick in her to cheat on my girl. So me being in that bathroom asking her for toothpaste was cheating. You know
Oh, so
what
you
I'm
was
saying?
asking her for toothpaste.
No, I'm saying that's what that would have been.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You know what I mean? I
Okay.
can't break down the legalities of it because, you know, to y'all, I was in that bathroom an hour. You know
Was
what I
your
mean?
dick really out? You said if it was out, it was gonna
No,
stay
I
out.
had on swim trunks.
Okay.
I had on
Okay.
swim trunks.
But-
By the way, you physically never saw me in the shower, her in the shower. You physically never saw us two in the bathroom, but I'm gonna leave that as what it is.
Wait,
I
See,
kind
those are
of.
camera tricks, and you can't blame us for that because
I
the
know,
way it
and I
looks,
get
it.
it's like
The way
you
production-
peeped out the curtain.
So maybe listen,
Work.
I did assume, and maybe you know.
That's television. That's
assuming-
understanding
Yeah.
television.
So-
AfterBuzz TV, that's the show.
So look, my assumption was, let's try to put some tea together.
Yeah, and
did
that's-
Rachel leave because did Kat leave because she was like, oh my God, it's just too much going on. I used to be before, now Ryan's on my heels. It's all this shit going on at the
Okay, so
shop.
look-
I
I
need
mean,
to get
Kat
out of
was
here.
like,
And then I'm like, damn. Then he got back with his girl. Then he got back with his
Check this out,
girl.
Don. Check this out,
Hold on,
Don.
Ryan.
Go ahead.
Kat was already gone. Kat got a full business in L.A.
Okay.
Let's remember that.
Okay.
So Kat wasn't in Chicago from jump. So let's remember that when the cameras come out.
We ain't
that's
look.
when
Hold
we get
on.
Kat.
We can't say that.
Don't lose that check now, Don. Hold up. You need.
I ain't losing no
No,
check.
we're not breaching no contracts here. It's just it's certain stuff that you can like. I think you can see through. You would see her, the mannerisms that like in television. Everything ain't said.
Not
A
said.
camera don't catch everything.
Yeah.
But they showed you in looking at mannerisms. It looked like I was looking over there at her. It looked like I was giving her the eye. It looked like this. So when they giving you those mannerisms that speak without words, you saw her give those mannerisms back.
Well, that's
When-
all we
wait,
saw.
Wait. So how, at this point, if you see her give those mannerisms back, if you see her come out of the bathroom smiling, doing all this, how did I express some feelings and she was just turning me down?
Because she told Danielle, she said, Danielle, girl,
How?
Ryan was on my heel. Did you see the flashback?
Yeah,
like you
I
saw
know
the
what she-
flashback?
But listen.
They alluded that
Look
They
at-
alluded. She
I-
said
well,
girl, Ryan put the moves on me. It was weird.
No,
he
no,
put the
why I left.
moves on me.
that's a different thing. It's a difference between Ryan put the moves on me and girl Ryan tried and I turned them down and then I just left because it blew me so much.
So
don't
that's-
don't
okay.
big up yourself like that. That's the whole thing about it. It's like,
Can
nah,
you
it's
stay
not.
a week? Can you come back next week?
Yeah, you gotta
I'll
come
Because
back.
we
to
need
the
you
I'll be back
back.
next week
If
anyway.
you,
Yes.
But real quick, I want to know, like, so the scene where
Awesome.
you guys were kind of like on the dock, and she was trying to ask you things,
yeah.
and then it was like, oh, you still mic'd and things like
I
that.
think you
so
the one that said
adds-
that last week.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was,
like,
it
"See,
was.
you
It
did?"
was me,
Because
it
I
was
was
me.
looking at it, but
It was
before
me.
you said it, I watched the scene because I hadn't seen it when it was. I was in Puerto Rico with my family. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Well, when I did see it, you got to, like I said, you don't believe your own eyes. Analyze what you're saying. She said, Ryan, let me talk to you. I said, what's up? Not like listen to a heightened voice. Listen to what you're doing. I said, what's up? And she like, hold on. Yeah, you still got a mic on? And somebody was arguing with me to say like, but Rand, did you not know you had a mic on? If I'm telling her you still have a mic on, that means I know I have a mic on
Right,
also.
yeah.
So while you tripping to see if, which yes, you still have a mic on, and then I don't care how you might turn the treble or whatever. You didn't hear her say shit. You
She
saw some
said,
subtitles.
"Do you think they
no,
heard
you read
us?"
subtitles that said this. So at only a level of
that's kinda
TV,
true.
you know what I mean? You only, and even still, it wasn't about heard us. Do you think they saw us?
Right.
Now, from a level of saw us, like, I don't care if we walked in the bathroom,
Right.
because y'all never saw us walk in the bathroom. You saw us come out of a bathroom. You know, and
we did see Charmaine, and you was taking a poop, and Charmaine was talking to you. You be like, okay, it's a family environment, so who knows what was really. She could have been just in there talking some
hey,
shit.
Don, listen, I want to like, hey, Don. Now you remember when Charmaine was drunk? She started running upstairs looking for a bathroom.
But that's some
right?
brother sister shit. You know what I mean?
Remember that though, right? She started. Oh, I'm sick. I gotta run upstairs and find a bathroom. That's what she said, right?
Quotes.
I mean, I remember the episode.
But we know what that bathroom really was, don't we? You know what
I
I mean?
was asleep, man.
Exactly. I was asleep.
That's cute. That's cute.
I was asleep too.
We have to wrap up soon, but can you please come back and kick it with us?
Where's y'all exclusive? Y'all ain't got no after exclusive show? How you ain't got an after buzz?
Because they go, so, you know, our team here, right? They got to go home and they got to go to bed too.
How much they got for the next hour?
That's it. We're the last show.
Yeah.
No, how much they cost for the next hour?
AfterBuzz.
I don't know. That's on.
I don't know.
They want to keep it going. Can you make it back next Wednesday?
Can you come back next Wednesday?
Yeah, listen. Hey,
No, we gonna do a promo, baby. We'll get it
How much y'all
popping.
charge to stay another hour? That's all I was saying.
Oh yeah,
How much you got?
Hey.
Hey, you
How much you got?
watching my show?
No, but if you got if Don, if you want to Skype in and Ryan, you can come kick it with us. You can even watch the show with us. We would love that. Like we love when you guys come on.
Feeling.
I'm not here to down nobody. I'm not here to say nothing like that's not my thing.
Neither
That's not
are
my
us.
thing.
Neither are
But
we.
For certain levels of perception, if that's
got you.
wrong, I'm like, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
We've been saying like
Yeah, I'm
we
in
need.
LA a week later now because I
Right.
heard you say that.
Come
You
on.
ain't know I was coming to this stuff.
I love it though.
I got turned down and
We was like,
I was like,
hold up,
Steven
hold
came
up.
in, and I'm like,
Yo.
what's going on?
Because you
What's
gonna see
happening?
a whole lot.
the door
bro.
open and the door doesn't usually open when we're taping.
Right,
So
so
the
we're
door
like,
open. I see Ryan was like, wait a minute
I
now.
was like, is that
But I work in production, so I'm a producer on
so
some
you know
reality
movies,
shows,
so
so
you
I
like-
know
so-
what it is.
exactly,
So a lot of
so-
times I don't speak on it because I do, but I give my fan take.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I work in production. I already know what's
So,
up.
and as
But
I'm looking
even-
at it, you got to look at it as like how this happened.
I look at it.
You know what I
as
mean?
a
Go back to
producer
training
side.
day.
Yeah.
And he told him, he said, hey, man, what you going to do? You been smoking PCP all day. He said, you been planning this all day? I've been planning it all week, son.
Listen.
You understand?
We've been on Ryan's mind,
I do want to
honey.
say,
Don't tell
Don
him
and
he been
Ryan,
turned down.
The fans in the chat room, they say hi to you guys. A lot
Yes.
of them, they're excited because they feel like they've stayed up really late.
Yeah.
Well, I hope
Right.
it meant something that I came and, you know what I'm saying?
No, they're like,
I'm in
hi.
LA. I had to do
As soon
something.
as you walked in, they're like, hi,
And
Ryan.
Don,
So,
Don,
yeah,
thank
love
you
guys.
too, Don,
Look,
because
y'all
you
ain't
really
got to-
gave us a lot of insight into your life, brother, and we like to see your growth. We like to see what's happening with you at Nine Mag.
Because look what
So
y'all got. Y'all got a brother who done been through what they was saying is cheating and doing all this. Now that brother, he got married. He have another child.
Yes.
He done found
He's
God.
doing
He
it.
did all
Yes.
that. And then they would want to dumb that down to be something else different. It's like,
Right.
no, man, we
No.
appreciate them people
Yes.
watching and understanding that
Yes.
it is stuff that's relatable to this. Like, man, I don't know if y'all know what about Chicago. The whole thing was that, man, Chicago only getting this light about shoot 'em up, kill.
Right.
Man,
Right.
there's real people here who going through real stuff. I done been in all that, and now we've changed to this. And yeah, they'll try to put that out, but we built the show off of saying no about that demographic.
Right.
Show the real. And they might not have known that the real was gonna work. And when they saw that the real worked, because people around the world really mess with it, people that's in that chat room, people
Yeah.
that's watching, that really mess with it, they say, man, that's something I can relate to. That's something I understand. It's not fake. Certain stuff they see on TV that's fake, and other shows, I ain't gonna say whatever, they be like, oh, that's just funny and it was entertainment.
Right.
But we put out stuff to give to people that they understand and they relate to because it's actually real for people. And yes, we go through things through that, and then stuff hits the fan, you know what I mean? But that's the real part of that. You know what I mean? And I don't know how many shows are scripted, how many. Every show would want to be scripted. They would try to be scripted, but you know what I mean? If you at the level of saying no, my show is built off saying no.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My producer say, all right, this is what we want to know. You know, because at that level, it's like, all right, well, if you don't say this, you ain't going to be on TV. Bye.
Okay.
backbone.
Yeah,
Listen,
true,
the
because
fans-
you
know
were
what I mean?
something
So-
before that.
The fans love you guys, Don and Ryan.
Thank
Tell
you.
us where they can find you at social media. Where can they come and talk shit to you guys in the
Y'all
comments?
can, y'all
Yes.
can always talk shit to me on Twitter. I talk to people back all the time. It's my old handle is the Ryan Henry. Back when I used to have fake pages before it was all the other stuff. And my Instagram, Snapchat, all that is Ryan Henry Tattoo. Tattoo is spelled with 2 T's and 2 O's, man. I don't know about your tattoo. Tattoo. You know, so.
Well,
you know.
thank you for coming and setting the record straight for
Of course,
us.
I just had to, like, and the way I see people projecting themselves is gonna get thicker, but you're gonna learn a lot more. Like we
This
just
season is great.
we just
Yes.
went #1.
Shout out to
over
Val.
Housewives and everything,
Yes,
which I
you
thought
just
would
mentioned
never
that.
happen.
Yeah, shout out to Val.
Val, please, Val.
Val,
Shout out to
shout out to
Val,
producer
black woman
Val.
doing her thing.
I want to
You know
say
what I
shout out to
Right.
VH1, shout out to Val. You guys have been amazing.
Shout out to Big Fish
Shout out to
Entertainment
Big
as
Fish.
well for
I don't know-
producing
I
a
don't know-
great
I don't know
show.
if people know because a lot of people look at reality TV and they'll think about what they have about corporate levels, but we have you know, a big cast of Black and African American producers doing a thing at the top level. We have a cast of, you know what I mean, from the gay and lesbian community that are doing a thing, and these are just showing different levels of, you know, different liberals that are showing everything else, and it's not just they'll think at the top, oh, it's just white people running this stuff. No, it's not that. You know what I mean? Even the white people that we working with, you know what I mean? They're people. They're not looking at it just like some level. Let me just make coons of them. Like certain stuff you got to understand. It's TV and people going to do what they got to do. Yeah. But we have such a collective working on. Like, man, I love my cameraman. I love my sound guys. I love, you know what I mean, my producers and everything about that. And sometimes I hate them motherfuckers. And y'all want to see, I fought 2 of them motherfuckers for real on this goddamn show. This shit get real. Y'all, we went number 1.
Y'all did.
We went number 1 last week. Y'all ain't seen shit.
Over Real Housewives.
We went number 1 and y'all ain't seen shit yet.
Well, we're going to have you back next week.
We're going to have you back. Don's
trying to say something.
And Don, please join us next week too if you'd like to. We'd love to have you back as well.
Don, what's your social media?
Man, shit, my bad. I almost fell asleep.
Gatorade. I'm here.
What the hell are you drinking?
We need some of that whiskey, baby.
What is this?
What is that?
Next week we'll have.
Okay.
You can just find me.
We're gonna have apple juice next week too.
You can find me at Bishop Don _ Don on IG. Facebook, man, call me Donald Brumfield.
Put more than one underscore.
And you know, for Twitter, man, it's Bishop Don _9, man, 9 for the mag.
That's right.
So,
yes.
Real simple.
You guys are amazing. Thank
yes.
you guys.
Thanks, you guys.
I love you, man. I'll see you when I'm back, brother.
Yes.
All right,
and don't be mad at me because I couldn't make the baby shower because I didn't.
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. All that makeup sex there. Yes.
That bow tie worked.
Come on.
I didn't have a date, bro. So, you know, you can put 2 and 2 together.
You didn't have a date.
And to our fans.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. God damn it, we got
to our viewers.
You would say that at the end of.
Why would you say that when we're about
off?
to wrap up? You think you slick. So now you know you're coming back.
Yes.
I think I slick. Y'all thought I was dumb.
No, we never thought you were dumb.
All right, you know what?
To our viewers,
Ryan thinks he's slick.
Next week we will recap a little bit. We'll go over this week because we know that the reviewing the interviews, reviewing the episodes are very important to you guys. So we will run over this week's episode and next week's episode. We'll have Ryan here to chime in to let us know what the deal is. He's gonna be here to let us know, honey.
If I'm not here, I'll Skype in.
Yeah, okay, he'll Skype in. But until then, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Our special guest, Ryan, thank you so much. Thank you, Don.
Yes, I really popped up on them and they ain't know I was coming.
Yes, thank you, Val.
I just pulled up, man. I still look, man.
He's scared of with his apple juice.
Yes. You guys can find me on Instagram at King Karma, King_Karma_.
Yes, I'm El Marie. You guys can find me on El Marie nope, you can't find me on El Marie. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at El Marie TV. I'm stuttering because I just want to take a moment to say I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I've known you for a long time.
Yes, and so I want to say from tattoos in your house.
Thank you.
And to having a show right now, like I'm definitely very proud of you for how far you have come with everything.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
That's amazing. Guys, I'm Nakia Monet. You can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. Thank you guys for kicking it with us in the chat.
Yes.
Ryan may be back next week, so you have questions for him.
I'm Nakia Monet also.
And Nakia Monet on the other end thought we didn't catch his little comment, but it's okay. We're going to get him next week, guys. Don't worry.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz. From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.